Hi friends, my name is Diana, and in this video I want to share with you my journey of falling in love with my life again. I've always remembered myself as a positive, vibrant, kind and happy girl, but over the past several years I went through one of the most difficult and stressful times of my life. With the war in my home country, Ukraine, with the divorce, with challenges in my business and some health problems as well. In the end, in 2024, I hit my rock bottom. This year shattered me. I got divorced. My mom, who lives near the front line, got very sick and she had to stay there because of her treatment, as well as I've got diagnosed with autoimmune conditions. And this all happened to me in just 1 year. And this was the lowest point of my entire life. I didn't even know that that kind of mental state is even possible. But then I realized this is my life. No one is going to save me. And I'm the only person who can change it. And I had to take the actions. I used to be such a bright, joyful and positive girl. And I wanted her to come back. Actually, I had two options. Keep everything as it is, to stay in the victim mindset, to blame others, to be in a negative energy and remain living the same. Or use my pain to grow, to become even more happier, kind and positive. To be honest, the first path would have been easier, but I knew the price for the easier path. It's constant irritation, bitterness, carrying negative energy, and simply not enjoying the life. And for the past several years, I have lived like that. And I didn't like it. I didn't want to go back. So I chose the second path. I wanted to radiate beauty and light, because I truly believe that we are all just the energy. And our lives depend on the energy we carry. This path was not easy. I literally questioned almost everything. My thoughts, my emotion, my feelings. And at one point it became so intense that I literally lost the feeling of being myself. It felt like I was observing someone else's life and it felt a bit weird, but to be honest, it brought me to the place where life literally feels like heaven. Where life feels so rich that even food seems less interesting than the joy I feel inside. I have prepared a list of 14 steps that I had to take to fall in love with my life again. But before I start, I really want to ask you to support my channel, to follow my channel, to like this video. Your help, your feedback means a lot to me. Every like, every comment really motivates me to keep going. Okay, let's get started. The first step is therapy. I have been doing therapy for 10 months right now. My goal was to finally feel happy and calm and to understand myself, to understand my traumas, to understand my behavior, to be able to prevent the same mistakes and same pain in the future. Turns out there was a lot of hidden pain which was stuck in my head, and once I finally faced it, I felt alive again. I believe that angry people are those whose pain has never been heard. And therapy wasn't the only thing that helped me, but it was one of the most important steps. And the second step is faith. Without believing in the best and just relying on the present moment, it would have been impossible for me to get out and finally feel happy again. Because when you feel like dying, it's important to believe in the better future, to actually have the motivation to keep going and keep working on yourself. For me, it was months of pain. And if I had focused only on the negativity and the present moment I was living in, I could have gotten stuck and never come back. And what really helped me to believe in the better future was remembering at least one situation in my life when I thought I would not make it, but I did. That gave me so much inspiration, and anytime I was doubting myself, I was trying to think of moments like that. I also started to believe in God, even though I was always been an atheist. But after going through all of this pain, I saw how much strength, calmness, freedom and happiness this pain gave me in the end. And I realized that someone was helping me, that someone wanted me to be happy, and that everything in my life happened for a reason. I started to pray and talk to God with so much gratitude and also ask for help. And to be honest, everything I was asking for actually happened. And for me personally, God is not about the religion, churches or some traditions. It's more about the spirit, the power and a true friend who supports you no matter what. I truly believe that someone out there hears my thoughts and manifestations, because everything I've been asking for ended up happening, and sometimes even bad things which I was thinking of. So now I manifest and pray very carefully, and I don't ask for material stuff at all. I always ask for a state of mind, for peace, health and love, because that is all that truly matters. Step number 3 is self-reflection and self-awareness. To fall in love with my life again, I had to look inside very deeply. Everything and everyone is a mirror. If you are constantly triggered by others, it actually means that the problem is inside you. And whenever I'm triggered, I ask myself, what is this trigger protecting my ego from? For example, if someone's drive made me uncomfortable, I realized that I was a little jealous of their energy. It's not about that they were doing something wrong. If you look at life as a mirror, it shows your insecurities, and then you can work on them. The more negatively you think of others, the more insecure you probably are. And if you feel like you don't like people, you don't like to be surrounded by people, most of the time it means you don't like something within yourself. And if you feel tired after spending time with people, it's because you had to wear a mask. And wearing a mask is actually a bit tiring, but the easiest way to feel comfortable wherever what is to be yourself. Negative energy actually can be the biggest pushes towards your success and happiness, but only if you look at those emotions within yourself. And here is where the step number 4 comes from. In order to self-reflect, I had to become an observer. For me, it felt like more of a voice in my head, like a coach watching me from the outside, not blaming me, but helping me to understand how life works and how I can use my insecurities to become free and happy. The harder you try to keep your ego unshakable, the longer you keep your insecurities within you. I believe that insecurities are one of the main things that block your happiness, dreams, and inner peace. And the number 5 step is journaling. During my healing journey, I had a lot of thoughts about myself, my reactions, my emotions, and sometimes it felt like a mess. But journaling really helped me understand the feelings and the roots behind those emotions. Anytime I was feeling sad or happy, I tried to write my thoughts down, and it really helped me to understand the patterns and how my brain works. And the step number 6 is solo traveling. So many of my feelings and thoughts started to untangle during my solo trips. It gave me so much time and space for self-reflection. You don't need to go somewhere to Bali for 1 month. Even one night somewhere in the countryside can really help. And during those solo trips, for me, it was really important to avoid the distractions. No people, no phone, no news, no calls, no podcasts, just me and nature. And the step number 7 is nature. Mother Nature knows how to heal. I did a lot of trips into nature, parks, mountains, lakes, but I also started to notice nature all around my house, around my gym, in the cafe, and just observing a tree, birds, or the sky helped me a lot to reconnect with my life, with myself, and become more peaceful. And this leads to the point number 8, catching the beauty like it's your job. Birds, butterflies, flowers, kids, people's smiles. I pushed myself to notice beauty instead of focusing on negativity. At first, it was a conscious effort, but it felt so good that my mind started to love it, and now it's a habit. And now I don't really think about it. My eyes naturally catches the beauty every time I go outdoors. And the step number 9 is living in the moment. I believe that true happiness comes from the moment when you can clear your mind from thoughts, overthinking, and feelings, and when you can just simply focus on the present moment, enjoying the food, enjoying the sunset, enjoying the conversation, or just walk around the park. Less thoughts and emotional baggage you carry, the more you are able to feel the present moment and truly experience happiness. But to be honest, for me it took about 6 months of overthinking, emotional release, and learning to let go before I start to experience the present moment. But once I trained myself to live in the moment, I realized how powerful this state of mind is. It brings so much calmness and grounds you deeply in life. And the step number 10 is actually looking good. As a woman, I love to surround myself with beautiful stuff, like flowers, cute candles, or living in nice apartments. It fills my heart with joy, love, and gratitude. And it also applies to how I look. In the beginning of my healing journey, I kind of forced myself to look better because it helped me to boost my self-confidence. But after forcing myself a few weeks, I truly felt a difference inside me. I started to feel like a woman who values herself and knows her feminine energy. And then I began to dress up for myself to simply feel good inside. And no matter of occasion, I always try to look good, and it really affects my mood. In the years where I was not feeling mentally well, I didn't care how I looked at all. I could buy a khaki colored men's backpack, even though I'm such a girly who loves pink. I didn't want to wear makeup. I didn't care how I look. I didn't care about my clothes. And looking back, now I understand that I didn't feel beautiful inside. And that is why I didn't want to feel beautiful outside. I felt like, what's the point of looking good? But to be honest, I was so wrong. It might sound weird, but if you feel bad, force yourself to look good. And trust me, you will see a difference in just few weeks. Step number 11 is meditations. Meditation helped me to reconnect with my inner self and find strength and positive energy within me. In the middle of my healing journey, I had moments when I could feel true happiness. But one small trigger could bring me back to my negative state of mind. And I started to search for ways to return my peace quickly. And that is when I discovered meditations. And anytime when I felt anxious or irritated, I tried to meditate. In the beginning, it was not easy. In the beginning, I couldn't do it. But after trying it for several times, I truly understand the difference and I could truly feel how the meditations were changing me. Later, I started doing morning meditation to start my day with a good mood and positive energy. Now that I feel calm almost all the time, I just do a few meditations per week when I feel like I need them. But I'm so grateful that I discovered meditations. Whenever you feel emotionally exhausted between choosing sports or meditation, try to go for meditations and you will see the difference. I used to do a lot of sports to release my stress, but turns out it was not helping. It was just increasing my stress hormones. But with meditations, I really felt a difference. And the step number 12 is gratitude. I know a lot of people talk about the power of gratitude, but honestly, 1 year ago, when I was feeling very bad mentally, I couldn't practice gratitude with real intention, even though I've tried. I was so mentally exhausted and burned out. And to be honest, in this state of mind, it was really hard to be grateful for something. But once I made some big decisions like getting divorced and going to therapy, and to be honest, only after 6 months, I felt a relief. And there is when gratitude started to come naturally to me. I didn't force to practice gratitude. I just started to feel happiness and peace, and the words of gratitude started to follow in on their own. To my friends, to my family, to myself, to God. I remember a week when I was so grateful for my life that I just couldn't stop to be grateful. I could sit alone for 30 minutes, mentally thanking everyone and everything. And now I practice gratitude, not because it's good for my mental state, but because I truly feel grateful. And to be honest, I'm so thankful for everything that's happening in my life. And I would never trade my life with someone else's life. I truly love my life. And I'm even grateful for the pain because it shaped me to the person who I am today. And I'm grateful to be me because I believe that I'm kind, funny, loving, ambitious, and smart woman. And step number 13 is minimizing toxicity. Through all the previous steps, I've realized that now I live in peace and happiness, and I won't let anyone, even myself, to take that away from me. And during my journey of falling in love with my life again, I was still carrying some toxicity inside me. But I had to admit that I was still getting triggered by some of my toxic family members, and it's only me who decides how I react. I can't change them, but I can change myself. And after several situations where I lost my energy and calmness again, and I felt drained for next several days, I made a promise to myself to minimize my reactions to toxic people and situations. So minimizing toxicity, it also means minimizing my reactions to it. And to be honest, I decided to cut off some connections. So it's both reducing external toxicity and managing your energy. Remember, peace of mind is the most powerful thing. When your mind is clear and calm, you attract good energy. And the last step, number 14, is focusing on positivity. After going through all the steps and doing so much work on myself, I realized I can't change the world or my family, but I can change myself. And I choose to be positive and grateful. And this is not something new for me. I was raised with this mindset, and it has always been in my heart. But in the last stressful years, I took the wrong path. And I saw the world from the negative perspective. And to be honest, this world is ugly. I want to see a beautiful and vibrant world. And in order to do that, I need to be beautiful inside. And this is the choice. Now I only focus on positivity. When I ride my bike through the dirty streets of Bali, I don't look at the trash. I look at the flowers, the butterflies, and the cute dogs. Life is so much better when you focus on good. And I'm not letting anyone to tell me that I live in rose-colored lenses. Maybe it's just them who need to put them on. And I try to find positivity even in pain, because pain can be the greatest instrument in life. These were all 14 steps that I have prepared, and I really hope this video inspired you. And I hope you found something helpful for yourself. If you're going through hard times, please know that you are not alone. And believe me, you can fall in love with life again. And every time you feel like you have been buried, I want you to remember that you are not buried, you have been planted. And every single day you are getting closer and closer to the surface. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, like this video and comment below. I really hope to see you again, and I'm here to share my thoughts and hopefully make this world a better place, even if just on a personal level. Thank you and hope to see you again.